Okay, in this video we're going to go over how to clean your knife after you used it and got gunk all over it without making a Greek tragedy. So a lot of times when people go to clean their knives, they're kind of doing something like this with a rag in their hands. Now, we're not talking about regular dirt. I'm kind of talking about if you're using it, like let's say I'm cutting briar bushes and things like that, my knife gets all gunked up. So the tendency is to want to do this. And what will end up happening is every now and then you're going to catch the knife someplace you don't want to catch it. And once you do that, it's a horror movie. So my idea is to get something like a thick magazine or a couple of them, enough so that if you put the knife off the side of the edge, you can safely have it flat. Because if this knife is flat, your finger is not going to catch the blade part now. So you kind of make it so the blade part goes down. Cardboard doesn't give as much, so I would use something fluffy a bit, like this guy. So this way, when you're pressing it down, your finger will not get cut here. It might get cut there, so later you lift it a bit, and then you're good. So we spray our goop, and I would suggest Mistolin if you're in Europe, Gugon if you are in the United States. Also, you can also use Flitz, but Flitz is more of a polish, and maybe you don't want to polish the knife. This is a cleaner, and they're really good cleaners. So you have the knife flat on the blade side, not on the flat of the side of the knife, but towards the blade. So whatever your convex edge, you kind of get this part flat, and then you can vigorously go back and forth and clean the gunk off your knife, and you're not going to cut yourself. When you get towards the end, then you got to lift the knife a bit. So once more, you keep it angled in a bit so that this way your finger doesn't catch, but it might catch there. And then when you're finished cleaning here, you lift up and you do there. Now remember, here you'll catch. Really simple, really safe, much safer than this. Much, much safer. You can do the other side the same way. Tilt the knife forward so this doesn't catch. You can vigorously clean it here. I mean vigorous. And usually gunk, tree sap, anything like that, lift up the back when you do the front. This is the safest, fastest, easiest way of doing it without hurting yourself. And the bottom line is you want to have your knife clean and without having any Greek tragedy or horror movie made, because a slice like this, when you're pressing hard, is a bad cut. So Flitz if you want to polish. I don't use Flitz if I want to keep this, because if you keep cleaning your knife, you might end up cleaning off some of the, whatever writing you have on the side of the knife.